Hello there voltage modular people, PoohBear here and welcome to my channel. I'm just going to go over just a couple of little changes I've made to Store and Forward. I've added a couple of extra ports and an option here as well, and that option's to do with these ports. It's quite simple. I've added a freeze port and a on-off, and we've got a choice of having these in toggle mode or momentary mode, which I'll talk about in a second. So freeze will actually freeze the whole unit. So if the unit is running, so let me just unfreeze it. You can see internally it's running, so now I've frozen it, everything's actually stopped. With on-off, it's actually more to do with what we're sending to the output rather than the clock. So if I was to turn this on, when I turn it off, you can see the internal clock is still going, so when I turn it back on again, it's just going to pick up from its current place. Now that's quite handy if you've got several of these and you're manually sort of adjusting them. It doesn't matter if your timing's slightly out because obviously the clock is going, so it'll just pick up. The freeze option can give you some nice effects, and I find it I can obviously put it onto freeze, and when I turn it off I know I'm not using next to nothing in the CPU cycles to actually drive this device. Toggle or the TogMon is toggle or momentary. So at the moment we're in toggle mode, so I needed to fire a signal in for something to happen, fire another signal in to do the opposite. So it's a signal to freeze it and a signal to unfreeze it. Obviously if we're into momentary mode, what we're going to need now is we're going to need a signal to turn it on. So when I hold this down, it's going to send a signal in, but when I let go, it's going to stop it. So it'll go on, and now it's going to stop it. When we plug it into freeze, okay, at the moment it's still got the switch on the out, so if I was to turn this on, now to give it a signal, it's going to freeze it, and obviously if I release, it will unfreeze it. As you can see, I kind of like it in frozen toggle mode while I can go off and do other things. So that's basically it. I've got myself a simple little sequence going on here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of swing on it. I'm just going to zoom out so you can see the rest of the project, and I'll just sort of play it out. I think the only other thing I'm going to actually do is just going to connect this pitch up to that there, and off we go. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.